Alright, so I'm trying to do some videos and just stories on how I got into film and video editing. So this will be a story of how I actually got into video editing and got pretty decent at doing it. I started out making dance videos in high school for online dance competitions. I had no camera, didn't know anything about editing or honestly dancing, if I'm being honest. But I convinced my friend Peter to help me film because he had a camera. And we filmed in Brooklyn. I went home and found an online software for editing called Windows Movie Maker. If you know what that is, it's like the kin of iMovie, free, and pretty much everybody got their start if you started video editing. I then went and bought Filmora, which is like another paid video editing course, which is much better and helped me make my music videos and dance videos look way better. Then finally met my friend Koi, who hounded me to get Premiere because it was industry standard. I didn't want to get it because it was a monthly freaking cost, but I broke down, bought the software. First day I opened this at his apartment, I'm just like, NANI? And it's like, this software looks so complicated when you first look at it. It took me 10 minutes to do step 1, which is import my footage. He lost all respect for me that day. I don't think I ever got it back. Fast forward a week later, I reopened the software because I'm like, I'm paying for this monthly. I have to use it. And I just sat there trying to go through tutorials on YouTube, and I was just so frustrated because there were so many things that I had to look at and figure out. And somehow in the midst of this, my brain decided, hey, I have an idea. So I'm like, I'm listening. How about we apply to freelance editing jobs to learn this software? Now, in hindsight, that didn't make any sense, but it worked. Here's how. So during this time I thought of this idea, a lot of people were looking for freelance video editors on Instagram, like literally posting on their Instagram stories, looking for a freelance video editor. So I DM'd and responded to all of these that I saw, and they're all about using Premiere, because it was like industry standard, of course. I applied to all of them. They asked me, can you do this effect, make my video spin, do right on text. I said yes to all of this, even though I had no fucking clue what they were talking about. And I just spend like 5 to 10 hours going through every tutorial on all these effects to do all these videos, like every week. And some I did well on, some I did bad on, some I got paid for. And this taught me 2 things. One, it taught me how to be proficient at Premiere and understand the foundations of editing Premiere very quickly, because each editing software is different and each foundation for it is different. So I kind of was able to tune out all the random buttons and focus on the core main parts that make up the software. 2, it built the habit of me editing every single day. It got to the point where I didn't even care about looking for freelance jobs. I just wanted to edit and do tutorials, to now to a point where I understand how the software works at a core level. I understand how to do certain effects. I'm building on top of that to then do more advanced effects. And that's the greatest lesson I took from this was I gave myself no option but to be good at this software. Like, I didn't rely on my own self-discipline. I made myself responsible for other people's work, time, and money, and that forced me to learn this much faster and get proficient at it to a point where people love my work now, which I really appreciate. So if you want to get into film, if you want to get into video editing, I would say in the beginning, don't rely on just wanting to be interested in it, because trust me, it's frustrating. It takes a lot of time, it's a lot of hours. You will want to break your computer sometimes. Make it so that it's about making a story. Film a night out with your friends, film your family, help your friend on a project, film a music video, make something fun in your house, and figure out a way to edit it to be amazing and then share it. That way when you're making it and you get frustrated, you are doing this not because you're like a new hobby you're interested in, you're doing this because you want to make something and share it with people. That'll give you a little bit more motivation to continue when you want to throw your computer out a freaking window. So yeah, that's how I started into video editing and how I kind of got there now. I did probably the most difficult route, to be honest, but it worked out for me and it makes me love editing now. So thank you. I hope to make more stories like this, telling how I got into film and kind of sharing the journey as I'm doing it along and figuring it out for myself. So subscribe, like this.